Good morning, students. Good morning. So today we're going to focus more on the model that was provided yesterday. And so today we're going to use this model to learn about natural selection. You get to become nature in natural selection. You get to become the predator. Now, the behavioral objective, I'm going to make it short and sweet. You're going to show respect, you're going to show responsibility, and you're going to show academic honesty. And so, moving on. Now, this is just me copying and pasting the vocabulary. These vocabulary words are going to be very important for this week. And so, review it when you need like a quick review, just go back to it. Or you can watch Monday's video where I explain all the words in that really long, 14-minute long video of me explaining the concept of natural selection. And so, let us go to the big picture. So how do traits and environment interact? Now, traits are found in organisms. So yesterday we talked about the process known as natural selection. This is where nature plays the role of deciding, do you get to live long enough to reproduce? So I'm going to use, yesterday we talked about the birds. Today we're going to use this model. So we're going to talk about step 1, overproduction. So that's just reproduction. In this picture, there's a lot of moths. More moths are born than can survive. How many of these moths will make it through life? For example, another way to think about it is how many of these moths can avoid a predator, the bird? Variation. Within this bunch of moths that are born, you can notice very specifically there are black and white moths. That is the variation. Now, yesterday we talked about competition. I want to add on this addition. So it's competition or selection. So the way I think about it is the test. The test on these moths is, can you hide? So in this picture, it's really small. There are two types of moths, black and white. Which one has a better chance of hiding? Can you hide? So it is like competing because you're competing with other moths for a better hiding place, I guess. But it's selection because the test is, can you avoid the bird? Now, this model includes two types of backgrounds. So now, fitness. Another way to think about is, can the moth survive? Are you fit? Are you best suited for this environment? Now, no brainer. If you're a black moth, I think you can survive here better because black blends with black. The white would be better here because white blends with white. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys. So the question is fitness. Which type of moth is best suited for the environment? And so this is just a quick recap of natural selection using the moths. So today's objective is really simple. I have a video that explains this pepper moth, but in order for you to grasp how natural selection works, you should play with this model. My expectation is for you to do both the light and dark forest simulation. So there's only 2 simulations you have to do. It's only 1 minute each. I've already played with the simulation ahead of time and notice how the results are different. This is because of the setting you choose. And so, after you complete the simulation, take note of the percent of the moth colors. You'll see something. It'll be, to some it might blow your mind, but to some you'll be like, it's a no-brainer. But if you play with the simulation, it will help you in your learning of this concept. And so, I'm going to show you how it works, because some of you, I know, did not play with the simulation yesterday. And so once you click on the link, it's called the Pepper Moth game on the slides, you'll be given these two options, light forest and a dark forest. As I say, expectation, you should do both of them. So you're going to click on, and so right now you're the flying bird. So in this simulation, you have 1 minute to catch as many moths as you can. So if you see very closely right here, there's a dark one. Pretty easy to spot. Voila, you caught it. Now, I don't know if some of you can see it. It's easier to see it if it's moving. So right now, right here, there's a white one. Right there's a white one. So catch it. And so 1 minute, you're literally going to become the predator, and you're going to try to catch as many white and black moths. And so in the end, test your hand-eye coordination. I am pretty old, so I have really bad hand-eye coordination, so I am going to miss it. If you miss, you're going to hear. Now I'm going to catch it. So 1 minute is up. So we're going to let it stand out for a bit. So now this is the end of the simulation. Notice in the results they tell you there are now 73% light moths and 27% black moths. If you scroll down, you'll notice that there is a chart. This is the data that you will use to connect the environment with the trait. And so when you're doing your Google Doc assignment, you'll be asked, how does this simulation connect to natural selection? And so what it's asking you is, how does the environment, what is the relationship between the environment and traits through the process of natural selection? And so this simulation is to show you natural selection through the moths. So for today's assignment, I have provided you a video and a Google Doc. After watching the video, go do the Google Doc. If you need help, there is a little help column. In the help, actually, I can just show you. So this is the Google Doc. The questions are on one side, while there are help in the middle column. If you need help, it's optional. Just click the link and watch to the point where I tell you to stop. So for this one, you click on the link and you watch to 1 minute and 18 seconds. During this timestamp, it will talk about what you need to know for this question. So if you watch the whole video uninterrupted and you say, I got it, you don't need to use this help. This help is for students who did watch the video, I'm assuming, but you need that little review. And so I am providing you with this help. And so on this column, you just write your answers. An important thing I want you to know is at the end, there will be a quick survey. It's a yes or no answer. Just answer the survey at the end and just submit your work. And so thank you and good luck.